shall we begin?
Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are tackling a question I get asked all the time. How much HTML, CSS and JavaScript do you really need to know to land that web developer job? So let's break it down.
First things first.
First up, HTML and CSS. These are actually the core building blocks of web development, but here's the thing. You don't need to spend months mastering every little detail. So if you see HTML, it is basically the skeleton of the web page. Like you see here, it is the markup language that defines the structure, like your headers and paragraph and divs. You only need to understand how the document object model, which is the DOM, how it actually works, and honestly you can learn the fundamentals of HTML in about a month. CSS now, it's all about styling, making your site look good and responsive. But here's the thing, you're not expected to be a designer. Most companies will have UI UX designers who create the visuals in tools like Figma or Sketch. Your job as a developer to just take those designs and turn them into code. One pro tip is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Use frameworks like Tailwind CSS or Bootstrap to speed up your workflow. Most of the time, you can Google something like how to create a responsive navbar or footer with Tailwind and find plenty of code snippets, and you can just take them and use it and get it up and running fast. Next, let's take JavaScript, which is actually the game changer. This is where most of your learning goes. If you want to break into web development, about almost 75% of your focus should be on mastering JavaScript. Let me say why. JavaScript is which brings life to your website. It handles all the interactivity and functionality like form validation, dynamic content, or making API calls. But wait, it doesn't stop at vanilla JavaScript. Most companies now work with frameworks like React or Vue.js or even AngularJS. These make it easier to build scalable applications. Plus, things like Next.js for React are becoming a standard because they handle server-side rendering, which boosts your app performance. TypeScript is also worth learning. It's just JavaScript with static types, which means you can catch errors early and write more reliable code. You don't have to start with TypeScript, but as you get comfortable with JavaScript, it's a good skill to add. As you dive deeper, you'll also need to learn asynchronous programming. Handling promises, async await, and how to manipulate the DOM effectively. You must also learn concepts like arrays, objects, functions, JSON, and even a little bit of object-oriented programming. Which come in handy. You don't need to become a master or a computer scientist, but you should be comfortable with these terms because they are crucial for reading and writing code. Next, let me define you some key advice for learning JavaScript. Now, as I already said, here's where many developers, especially beginners, go wrong. Don't just stay in learning mode forever, especially when you're learning JavaScript. You got to build projects. Whether it's a portfolio website, a to-do list app, or something more complex, these projects will really solidify your skills. First, focus on real-world examples. When you're stuck, Google is your best friend. For example, let's say you need to create a responsive navbar. Instead of trying to figure it out from scratch, look up some code snippets using Tailwind or Bootstrap. Adopt it to your needs and build it faster. Remember, developers Google things all the time. Even you can use AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Grok. No one expects you to memorize everything.
I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Now let's understand what would be the role of front-end developers. One misconception I want to clear up is that front-end developers need to be designers. Your role is to translate into code. Designers create the wireframe and visuals, and your job is to make them functional using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You don't need to create those things yourself, but you need to make sure the final product looks exactly as the designer intended.
You two are nothing alike.
Thank you.
So let me summarize of what we actually need to know. So let's recap. First, you need to learn HTML. First, learn the basics so you understand the structure of web pages, tags, elements, DOM manipulation. It's not complicated, but it's essential. Next is CSS. Learn enough to make your web page responsive and look good, but rely on frameworks like Tailwind and Bootstrap to move faster. Next is JavaScript. This is where you should spend most of your time. Learn how to handle interactivity, work with APIs, and dive into frameworks like React, plus explore the TypeScript as you grow more confident.
This ends now!
And that's it. While HTML and CSS can give you a foundation, JavaScript is what will really set you apart as a web developer. Just remember that most important thing is to build projects and get hands-on expertise and experience. That's what going to get you hired.
Congratulations. You got yourself a job.
If you found this helpful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, happy coding. See you in the next video. Bye.